most fun, exciting, and stressful times of our lives. And stress is the normal physical and emotional response we have when we feel challenged or when we feel threatened in any way. Stress is always in your body, but it's meant to help you. It's supposed to keep you alert when you know you have something to do, or when you have a project, or when you're giving a speech. It's supposed to make you feel calm about knowing what you're supposed to do. But whenever stress gets out of control, that's when we have a problem. Most of the people in this room have stress at some point, whether it be school, work, parents, or just decisions that we have to make in the near future. There are endless ways that stress can enter your body. I was stressed out recently, and I looked online and found that there are so many ways that we can relieve stress from our body. I will explain the physical, behavioral, and emotional ways to notice stress and how to get rid of it. The physical symptoms of stress are aches and pains, constipation, nausea, dizziness, chest pains, rapid heartbeats, loss of energy, and frequent colds. The behavioral symptoms of stress are eating more or less, sleeping too much or not getting enough sleep, isolating yourself from others, whenever you want to be alone, could be a sign of being stressed out, procrastinating or neglecting your responsibilities, turning to alcohol or drugs to relax, and developing nervous habits. The emotional symptoms of stress are moodiness, irritability, short temper, inability to relax, constant feeling of overwhelming, a sense of loneliness or depression, or just general unhappiness. There are many ways to let go of stress. You can give yourself positive ideas instead of negative ones. For example, saying that you'll do your best instead of saying that you can't do something. Just knowing that you can give yourself a sense of hope. 2 is meditate. For a few minutes a day, just sit down and have your hands and body in a relaxed state, and you clear your mind, and it's meditating, and it's supposed to help you lower your blood pressure, and it'll help you relax. Breathing deeply. This helps in really fast situations. If you're caught up, especially in physical stress, you stop and you take a couple of deep breaths, and you should feel better. You slow down. You try to get everywhere you need to be early, and you give yourself time to take your day step by step instead of doing everything at once. You talk to people. You avoid people you know that are stressing you out, and you surround yourself with positive people who will try and keep you calm. You laugh. Laughing is one of the leading causes known to get rid of stress because it releases chemicals in your brain to tell you to relax and calm down. So it's giving people hugs. Listening to soothing music, like classical music, it's supposed to help you relax and get your body and mind so you don't think of everything at once. Be more gracious. If you change your attitude toward people that you interact with every day, then you feel better about yourself and you're not so stressed out all the time. Exercise. This is also one of the main factors leading to known get stress levels down. If you go for a jog or you walk your dog every day or start a normal routine workout, your body gets more energy, and so you're not tired, which also leads to stress. So you have more energy to do things. You learn to say no to things. Like when people ask you to plan a party or like commit yourself to things, you can't commit yourself to too many things, or else you'll get stressed out because it's way too much to handle. Try to avoid topics that you know you'll get heated on. Like if somebody says something and you know where you stand on it, and you know that you could start a really heated debate on that, try to avoid it because you know that your blood pressure is going to rise and you're going to want to say some things that you might regret later. Anticipate the problems. One thing that leads to another, so you need to anticipate problems and try to avoid them if you can, or don't let them happen. Practice good time management. Don't let yourself procrastinate too much, because once everything is due at once, you don't do any of it, and I know this from experience. Express your feelings. People always say that you should speak your thoughts and that you should let people know what you're thinking, but don't get too out of hand because people don't respond well. Stop striving for perfection. If you're a perfectionist, then you're not always going to come out with a perfect result like you want to, and so you can't stress yourself trying to reach a perfect goal because you're not going to get there. Make a to-do list. If you have to try and remember everything, then you're most likely going to forget some things, and then later on when people remind you, you'll get even more stressed out. So try writing them down and stop trying to remember everything. Get organized. You can clean your room, or clean your workspace and don't let all your things get too messy, because when when your environment is clean, then you feel more organized in your body, so you don't get stressed out easily. And lastly, don't try to control the uncontrollable. Things are going to get out of hand sometimes, but you can't stress out. You have to stop, go back and breathe, and remember that not everything's going to work out in your favor. And so stop. You can't stress about it because it's going to happen. And so finally, we reviewed the symptoms of stress and how they're physical stress, emotional stress, and behavioral stress, and the differences between those. And this generation is the most stressed out. We're more stressed out and depressed than any other generation before us. And so the problem is that we keep letting stress get to us. So I hope that one or two of these techniques that I mentioned stuck with you and that you don't get stressed out as much.